Hi friends, so today I'm really excited because we are going to plant some Daikon radish seed. It is the week of Thanksgiving 2021. So I've taken a couple days off just to relax and one, get some R&R, and also just to be able to catch up on some of the things I need to do. We did a little bit of traveling and now I'm ready to get into the garden. So last year, I planted Daikon radish and it was okay. I learned some things, but one of the greatest things about learning from your first time around is that you get to harvest the seeds if you let them go to seed. So, and you know, I like to reduce, reuse, recycle. This is a candle holder lid that the candle's no longer with us, but we have used it to collect seeds. So some of the seeds at the bottom you can see, and then some of the pods I still need to crack and open them up. So I'm not going to use all the seeds, so I don't know if I'll crack the pods, but I am going to plant some of the seeds, just like a handful, probably in a container, because I want to try to aerate the soil a little bit better so that the radishes get bigger and they get really long. So I'm going to try to plant them in one of my blue barrels that I have. And it takes about 40 days. So in about around the new year, I'll be harvesting some radishes, some Daikon radishes, different than the red radishes. So one of the reasons why I am looking at planting Daikon radish, and I have for the second season, is because I have two little ones that are super into everything Japanese, including loving to eat ramen, like homemade ramen soup. And one of the great things that you can put in ramen is Daikon radish. And so we've been trying to be really creative with planting Daikon radish and taking care of them and harvesting them and putting them on our plate. And so they will be in our ramen meals in the new year. So that's a little bit about Daikon radish from my perspective. Really excited to get started.
So here's a close-up. I've popped the rest of the seeds out of the pods, and you can see there's still a little bit of this lighter color stuff, just the seed pod, but you can see all these tiny little seeds. So there's like, I don't know how many seeds in there, maybe 100, couple hundred, I don't know, but this will last a while because I'm only going to probably plant maybe like 10 Daikon radish seeds. Because I mean, we can't eat a ton of them with our ramen soups, but we will try to grow some big ones this year with those seeds. And then you can like succession plant them too. So as I harvest them, I can drop a couple more in if it's still cold and good weather, as far as the cooler weather. And then we'll get some more Daikon going. So let's head on out to the garden. Hey friends, okay, so we're in the garden. I'm in this tiny little nook that I have right here, and as you can see, I have a blue barrel. Now remember, there's cars driving by because we live here in a urban homestead, and so this is in my front yard. I have this blue barrel. It was a water barrel, kind of like a wine barrel, but a water barrel. I cut it in half. It's plastic. It's the same size as a wine barrel, and we use these throughout the garden. I've got maybe like 6 or 8 of them in the garden. So I have soil already in here. What I already did is I aerated the soil. So I use these 3 tools. I have a hand spade, I have a regular shovel here, and then I have this like little pick that I use. So I just kind of dug out as much of the dirt as possible, kind of flipped it over. I use this to kind of pull out any weeds and just help turn it over. And then lastly, if you want to come on in close here, all I did was I put this shovel spade all the way down and I just started turning the soil. And what this does is it helps aerate the soil. So Daikon radishes get really, really big, you know, like 3 times the size of a carrot. And so you need them to go deep and straight down. And so it's really important that they have room to grow. And so that's it. So what we're gonna do now, throw some of these little grass spades out. I've got my seed here, and I'm just gonna do like a couple, like 1, 2, I usually do it around about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9 and 10. All right, friends, that's it. Okay, friends, so we put the seeds down, and now I'm just taking like fresh dirt. This is dirt that I just bought out of a bag, and I'm lightly just covering all those seeds, because those seeds you only plant like 1/4 of an inch, so you really just need to get them covered and make sure that when you water, it doesn't the water's not too hard, so that it doesn't run off, and then the seeds become exposed, and then they won't grow, they won't take as easily. So like this, I just have it aerated, and then I sprinkle this dirt over lightly, and then I'm gonna give it a quick water, and we're just gonna wait for it to grow, peek out. So there you go, friends, that's it. All right, guys, I have my handy dandy watering can here now, and I like to use this because you'll see the water comes out really lightly, opposed to like using the hose. You can use a hose with the nozzle and a light spray or mist setting, but this will do too. So come on down here, and we just do light water. We don't want too much runoff, so real lightly. And once you see it absorb, you can do another little round, and that's pretty good. Just let nature do its work, and let the sun help it out. And there you go. Should have some Daikon radishes around the new year. Hope you enjoyed this, friends. Thanks for stopping by.